Oh,
There he is. Hello. Let me see, Lawrence, can you put him in the middle? Yeah, there he is. Hello, Alex. Hello, Ervin.
Sorry. I was going to say that I couldn't identify everybody, but now I can, and I can hear you, and you can hear me also. That's a good thing.
That's very good. Lovely to see you. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for this fantastic birthday surprise.
Very good, very good. And I'm seeing some more people, so we'll just wait one more minute, Ervin, and then I'll start.
Fine, I'm in your hands.
Thank you. Thank you for trusting that. Yes.
World Unity.
Well, yes, World Unity Week, as it is. There we are. Okay, I suggest we go live, Lawrence, if that's okay. Just seeing more people showing up. Just checking you. My son is there.
Okay.
I admit it.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome here in the room of the Evolutionary Leaders of World Unity Week 2021, where we celebrate and practice and come together to create a world that is rooted in love and in joy, as is the pulse of today, the theme, joy in action. And it is with great joy that I introduce Ervin Laszlo, whose birthday was a week ago, and that we are celebrating together today. And I'd like to invite Deborah to come in, who is our host of this room, our steward, as we call it in the one world of World Unity Week. So Lawrence, if you could spotlight also Deborah to welcome us as the space holder for us here. Thank you very much, Deborah, for bringing us here as part of this space. And maybe you want to say a few things before we continue.
Well, first of all, happy birthday, Ervin.
Oh, thank you. It's nice to get surprises, whatever day it is, but okay, this is for a birthday.
I think we should extend your celebration as long as possible.
Yes, we could make it. Let's celebrate life all together, you know.
And thank you, Anne-Marie from the Hague Center, and also to all the members of the Club of Budapest for making this program possible today. This is the first program for the Evolutionary Leaders Source of Synergy for World Unity Week. And I can't think of a better way for us to kick off World Unity Week than by celebrating our beloved Ervin Laszlo, who has been such an inspiration to all of the leaders of the current evolution all over the world with his deep thinking and brilliant mind and beautiful heart. So we're very honored that you have chosen to be in the Evolutionary Leaders Source of Synergy room today. And thank you so very much, and wishing a beautiful celebration of Ervin. Thank you.
Thank you, Deborah. Thank you. Yes, indeed, Ervin, happy birthday, of course. And I am Annemarie Voorhoeven, and I work closely together with Ervin around the Club of Budapest International Network. Apart from that, I feel you are a teacher for me of really how to root myself in planetary consciousness and beyond, really being in that space of interconnectedness, interdependence, and multidimensionality, and to just live life as fully as possible. So thank you, and I'd like to invite Emmanuel Kunselman, dear friend, to say some words to you and to also give a little introduction of your life before we move on.
Thank you, Anne-Marie. Do you have some feedback there? No, can you hear me okay?
Little feedback.
So how's that? Is that better now? Yeah? Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Anne-Marie. And thank you all for being here today and honoring our great friend and mentor, Ervin Laszlo. You know, I've been asked to introduce Ervin a few times. I've had the privilege and honor of calling Ervin my friend for quite a few years now and work closely with him. And every time I introduce Ervin, I look for something deeper. We all know of the 75 to 100 books he's written, that he was a great concert pianist, a child prodigy, science philosopher, all of these things. But rather than reading his many credentials, I'd like to give a little more personal touch on introducing Ervin today, because he was kind enough to share his next book coming out, which is on the journey of his life. And the subtitle is 60 Years and 3 Reincarnations in a Quest for the Purpose of Life. And when I saw this quest for the purpose of life, which was kind of the subtitle of a book I was working on myself, and having long been keenly interested in purpose, I took a great purposeful interest in this. And I'd just like to point out that Ervin, in his own quest for purpose, you know, when we think of him as a concert musician, an author, a scientist, and all these things, he's got so much purpose, he probably doesn't know what to do with it. But yet, on the contrary, Ervin has always, throughout his life, looked for an ever deeper purpose of not only life itself, but in his own life. And I was reading in his book, I'd like to quote a couple of thoughts from Ervin. One, as an early age, he had an uncle who was one of his mentors. And the uncle was really an agnostic and kind of felt that religion was just something to keep the masses happy. But Ervin said, I was not inclined to accept any preconceived idea without further scrutiny. I think in one sentence that sums up why Ervin has accomplished so much, because he always gives that further scrutiny to everything he does in life. And that in his life led him to always be thinking and above all seeking that deeper level of purpose and meaning. And Ervin is prone to having epiphanies as well. He's not just a scientist, he's a man of deep feeling, sympathy, caring, and kindness. And therefore, epiphanies seem to come to him, such as one that came to him standing on a balcony on New Year's Eve in the early 60s, when he realized that being a mere world-renowned concert pianist was not enough, that he had to do more. They had to understand the scientific meaning of life. And he's had other epiphanies as too. But he went on from a musician to a scientist, and now his most recent incarnation as the activist philosopher, the leader and mentor that we all look to for guidance and understanding in these troubled times. Ervin is in many ways our holotropic attractor. He speaks of this holotropic attractor as the meaning of life, which brings us together into higher consciousness. But Ervin, you are the holotropic attractor yourself in person. And Ervin went on, and even being a scientist wasn't enough, so he became an activist as well because of his deep concern for the planet, for the people, for the evolution of consciousness, for coherence, for the goodwill of society as a whole. And as we follow Ervin's life through these stages of the quest for purpose, we see a man deeply involved in the true essence of being to its deepest, most emotional levels, putting it to work in his own life as well. And as we get to the end of Ervin's soon-to-be published book on his personal journey, he says, the question I have been asking is, what is the purpose of life, and what is the purpose of my life? I won't share his conclusions on the purpose of life in general because I want you to read the book. But as far as Ervin's personal quest goes, He says, my quest is not ended. It is a continual, open-minded exploration of one of the greatest mysteries in existence. And all we can say, Ervin, is thank you. Thank you once again for your continual open-ended quest. We trust that you're close to finding your own purpose, but hey, if you've got another incarnation in this life coming to even show us more, so be it. But thank you, Ervin, for your purpose, your dedication, and your meaning, and your quest into the mysteries of your own existence and existence as a whole. You've shown us the way. You've shown us what purpose is. And we are deeply grateful for the life you've led up to now and the true spirit of consciousness that you've given us. Thank you from myself and from all of us here today for being the extraordinary human being you are. Many blessings. Thank you.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Thank you. Very beautiful.
Just to say one word.
No.
I'm so grateful to Emmanuel for his words and for his coming here. I know that independently of me and anything I have done or written, he has been on this quest for a purpose most of his life. And if I can contribute something to illuminating that quest, then I consider it a great achievement, because he has been looking at it deeply, more deeply perhaps even than I have, but all sides and consistently many, many times over many, many years. So I'm very grateful for Emmanuel for sharing his thoughts. Thank you.
Thank you, Ervin. And I wonder if this is a moment whether you want to share some more about the upshift that you feel also we are in and the challenges that we are here in, or that you first want to listen a little bit more. I'm just checking in with you where you feel most comfortable in, because I know your latest inquiry and writing is about the upshift we're in, and that is of course so timely for us here in World Unity Week and why we're here together. So is this a moment for you to say a few words about that?
Just 2 words, if you like.
2 words?
About this new quest. It's the old quest continued.
Yes.
I feel that we are at a very critical moment. We all know this.
Mm-hmm.
I want to phrase it in a very simple way that's comprehensive to everybody. We now have a chance after a global crisis, almost completely after, not yet completely after, in the aftermath of a global crisis. We have a chance to recognize that we are all together on this, in this. We are all in the same boat. We are also recognize that we can communicate and we can reach all people, and that my destiny is also your destiny and everybody's destiny. We have one destiny as a people. I want to communicate this sense that here we are at a point, what I've called many times bifurcation point, but at this point we either shift up, and now we have a chance to shift up. We have a real possibility and opportunity to shift up to something new and better, or we will shift down. We will be shifted down, because this is a very crisis-prone world. If we just continue the way we have been, then we are going down. But here's a chance. We could go up. We could have an upshift. I would like people just to take this as a slogan, just this one word, upshift. Here we have a unique chance to create a better world, to create a new world. And we badly need it, because the threats for the old world are very, very deep. So I'm saying, I'm writing now a little booklet of 70 pages or so, all about the urgency of an upshift and what that involves. And above all, what I know Anne-Marie and all of you here are a particular concern for, what each of us can do about it. I think that is the key point.
Yes.
Thank you for the opportunity.
And could you share a little bit more, just a few things about what you feel we should be doing to inspire? Because today is the first day that the convergence rooms are open, and we're coming together in all these different 32 rooms with so many people being inspired And it would just be lovely if you could just say a few things that you feel we should be really, to inspire us, to give us something that we can take with us in these days.
Yeah. Difficult to be very concise with such a tremendous.
Doesn't matter, it doesn't need to be concise. It's a birthday
I
party.
would like to say,
Don't worry.
the key question is, the key issue is not just to try to make change, but to be the change.
Okay.
As you've known that, you've heard that famous saying from Gandhi. We have ourselves to start the process. If we can get together with others, we'll discover many common elements. We can discover, as Emmanuel was saying, that I've been talking about, that we are all are under the influence of a holotropic attractor. If we only allow our deeper selves to speak, if you only allow to get rid of the surface chatter and preoccupations, and then also the fear that is now growing with climate problems, and then not God knows what comes next with all connected with all the different issues. If we can just allow our deeper selves to speak, we'll find that we are on a joint quest, on a quest for a better life, in a more harmonious, more joyful world, I would say. Joy in action, yes, indeed. I think we have to discover that. It's in us, we can do it. So that's my messages. And I don't want to take more time on this because there's so many wonderful people here. Just want to say, I think the time has come. I think we can do it. And those of us who are here together are already doing it. So thank you for that.
Thank you. So joy in action indeed. Maybe is Peter here? Peter Spiegel? I haven't seen him come by, because otherwise I would like to ask you to say a few words, and otherwise, and also Alexander. So Lawrence, if you can find them, if they can show up, there we go.
There's Alexander.
There's Alexander. So let's listen to Alexander first, just to say a few. We're in a birthday party, and we want to hear also in the family context.
Well, I don't want to. Is Peter not here? Is that right?
You just go ahead. Just go.
All right. Well, wonderful. So this is truly a celebration, yes. And so here we are, partly having the family engagement here. So I'm delighted to be here to be able to share a few words also. And you know, this what Ervin is saying here about the upshift, this time, this moment. What an auspicious time to be able to be celebrating this. I want to thank the Club of Budapest and the Source of Synergy Foundation for hosting this particular convergence room as part of World Unity Week as we get going. And again, World Unity Week, what a beautiful occasion to be able to take the ideas that Ervin has been working on, and also the example of his life, like Emmanuel has been sharing just a moment ago. So if we think about this notion of upshift, this is exactly what we're seeking to do for the rest of World Unity Week, is to, how can we uplift and engage with each other? So thinking of Ervin, his life and his example about shifting, what Emmanuel was talking about, these kind of three incarnations, these are metamorphoses. And if we can think about how he did this metamorphosis, right? Maybe there's some questions that we can hear from him to answer about what is involved in incarnating a metamorphosis, both individually and collectively. So he was mentioning just a moment ago about allowing the deeper self to speak. This is connecting to Source. The Source of Synergy Foundation is all about this framing. So how do we connect to the Source? Ervin's work is fundamentally engaged with understanding both the science and the spirituality, the art science of being. And this allowing the self, the deeper self to speak, I think is particularly fundamental for what we're seeking to do with World Unity Week and all this time, because it's not just about doing this by ourselves. It's about allowing the deeper self to speak, which is an interbeing. It is our self together. It is this framing, I think, which is very powerful for some of the things that Ervin has alluded to in his writing, that the next stage in consciousness is truly an evolution of consciousness. Sorry, the next stage in evolution is truly an evolution in which we lead to a collective consciousness. How do we begin to be that change that we wish to see in the world? So just finally, just a little bit of reflection about Ervin's work on this in this area. You know, it was 11 years ago that I wrote a piece called, we call it up here, called A System's View of Ervin Laszlo, From One Generation to the Next, an edited and annotated autobiographical piece in which my brother Christopher also was involved and was also put together with the words from Ervin's writings. And in that same year, he came out with his first autobiography. And that book was called Simply Genius, Tales from a Life Beyond the Box. That was also put out that year. And that book really gets to those epiphanies that Emmanuel was talking about, his insights along the road of exploring what it means to ask these deeper questions about what it means to be human, what it means to be alive, what it means to be the universe, exploring its own trajectory of emergence. So that was a wonderful book in that frame. And now in his latest book, as Emmanuel was talking about, his book that has just come out called My Journey, a Life in Quest of the Purpose of Life. Here he gets into this metamorphosis frame. And I think that is, for me, the metaphor that we can take with us as we continue to explore World Unity Week and all of its different engagements now. So the incarnation, he talks about these three phases, right? Emmanuel outlined them briefly, but the incarnation as a musician. And here's an engagement with the flow of the universe that is in that frame of channeling the music being played out through you. You know, Ervin once told me that he didn't dream in pictures, didn't dream in visual images until later in his life. But for a large portion of his life, he dreamt in sound. So imagine that. What is that to be, those kind of dreams? There's one being, then the researcher, the one asking the inquiry, those difficult questions, right, about what it means to be part of this universe in its becoming. That's the second incarnation. And now bringing that all into an embodiment and an enactment, which is the activist. How is it to be the change we wish to see in the world? Well, here we have Ervin as really a role model in this frame. And I think a wonderful touchstone for this question of how do we be the metamorphosis of the times that he's calling for. As he said, the upshift through allowing deeper self to speak individually and collectively. So let's celebrate this time, celebrate Ervin, and take that image of how we can do this individually and collectively throughout the coming days.
Thank you so much. That's very beautiful, Alexander. And let's hold that question for the breakout groups in a minute. So we will explore that further. But maybe Ervin, you want to Yes.
I would like to bring in somebody who is responsible not only for my ideas, but also responsible for Alexander.
That's right. Very good. Do that, please. Yes. Welcome. Hello, Carita. How lovely to see you. And in the Netherlands, we say happy birthday to you too. People that are close to each other, we celebrate them both.
In a way, I feel we have done at least one thing right. And that's having a son like Alexander and also a son like Christopher.
That's two things.
And that's two things. We have done that thing right. And that we have done that together.
Yes.
Yes. So how are you doing, Carita? It's so lovely to see you here.
Yes, lovely to see you too. Yeah.
We're very happy. We're here with friends to celebrate Ervin's life, but also yours, and all the work that's come out of that, and the love and friendship that has been able to flourish also because of you two being together, and your support, your everlasting support also for Ervin's work, but also your contribution, your critical questions, your simple questions also sometimes about well, now what? How is this going to solve our daily things. So really lovely to see you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Do you want to say anything else, Carita?
Just that I'm very happy to be here.
Yes.
Next to this person here. I'm
Yes.
celebrating it with all of you also. It's lovely, lovely day.
So it's a
Great.
family feast, and you're all
Yes.
family. Everybody who is here is close family.
Indeed, that's right. That's right. So maybe we could just make a gallery view, Lawrence, and we can take a screenshot of the big family that we have that.
Yeah.
A gallery view of the whole, of all the people, if that's possible.
Yeah.
I like this too. But I'd like us all to be on it, if that's possible.
Not sure.
Yes,
I think
oh,
there's a limit to how much you can put at the same time.
Okay, there we, is this
I
working?
want you a screenshot, Anne Marie, so don't worry.
Okay, you got me a screenshot. Okay, so thank you very much. And I would now like to go into breakout groups so that we can go into the inquiry. Alexander, if you can repeat your last sentence, if you still have it, or otherwise Peter has perhaps written it down. Oh, there's somebody. My mother would lead us in a big cheer for Ervin. Hip, hip, hooray. Well, there we go. Thank you, David. Thank you for sharing that. We'd like to go.
I think this is what Priya captured very nicely in the chat there. She said, what is involved in incarnating a metamorphosis, both individually and collectively?
I would say,
Yes.
don't try to do it. Just let it happen.
Okay, that's right. So when it happens, how do we do that? What do we then do when we let it happen? And how does that then
Try
continue?
to live that we can do, you know.
Yes. Okay.
Try to be it, you know.
Yeah.
And I've never tried to do anything. I never tried to change. When it came on me. It came to me, and I allowed it to come, you know. And that, I think, is the secret. I think the Eastern religions know that, Buddhists know that, but I think the deep Christian tradition knows it as well. There is something deeper in us that will surface if you only let it. And that means that it can take you to various ways, to new ways, changing ways, and let it happen, because it will happen to the better, to the good. And that's how you can upsheet, by letting it happen.
Thank you. I think that's perhaps what we can share as we are among friends.
Yes, we had a great meeting in which we became aware that we, as in our own frequencies, contribute to the larger concert in the world. And we see Ervin, we give him the role of the conductor, you know, so to bring us all into one stream so that we can all contribute to that concert and in the music of harmony that he tried to create, right? Thank you, Ervin, for your life work and for the contact that we could have so far. Thank you so much.
You are a permanent source of inspiration and reference for me with your wonderful blogs that I'm always delighted to read. It's wonderful to have somebody attack our deeper self in such an open and understandable way and show what it can do for us.
I'm more happy to contribute.
Great service.
Thank you so much. Right, yeah.
Viola has just started the Club of Budapest Cyprus, so welcome, a new branch.
Oh.
Hello, Ervin. So nice. Hello, Carita. Such a joy.
Hello, Viola.
Such a joy to see you here.
Yes. Good to see you.
Yes, remembering the time we spent together here in Cyprus, and hopefully you'll be coming back soon. And I was in the chat room with Priya and Susan, and it was so nice to talk about our different metamorphoses and our different changes, and how it is that love for humanity and our connectedness has been a continuous thread in all our changes, being languages, country, shape, age. And that was very beautiful to share with Priya and with Susan. Thank you. And nice to meet you finally, Alexander, in movement. And all of you, so nice to be together. And hopefully we'll meet very soon in Cyprus. Gisela, much love. Thank you, Anne-Marie, for this.
I think it's time that I told the dirty little secret about the Laszlo family here in the celebration. Having gotten to know Ervin, and but especially through his son Alexander, despite the fact that they are dealing with the weight of the world and problems, this is a family that has a tremendous sense of humor. And my conversations with Ervin's son Alexander, who the fruit that fell very close to the tree, and yet was allowed its own space, his own space to grow freely without any kind of overbearingness from his father, grew very close to him and really is a continuer of his work. I can tell you that there is something in this whole family gathering that has been a joy and a source of goodwill, even more than goodwill and wisdom, somehow of a good spirit that has been flowing into the world, has been planting seeds, so many seeds that could never be gathered on all the screens here. But Ervin, you heard enough praise to know that we can't speak enough of it. But we also know that the legacy you've created will only grow and spread, not only through your children, but through your friends who are your bigger family here. So thank you.
Thank you, Bill. You are sowing so many new seeds still. Such a wonderful work to bring the whole sphere of politics into the new paradigm and practice it also into practice. You are doing a wonderful, wonderful job. We very much appreciate it indeed.
Anybody else wanting to share? We have a little video as well. It does mean we're going a little bit over time, but I think it's so lovely to share also in person as we are here. So I'm just letting that happen.
Oh, that's great timing, just before the video. Yes, I just also wanted, I poured myself a special glass of wine here, remembering the wonderful time we've spent in Tuscany together with Carita, Ervin, and a beautiful circle of people, and in Mexico, where I first met Alexander. And Ervin and Carita, you both came here to Gilulai. So it feels like being with the family, really. And what I would love to share is how Ervin inspired the creation of this new network of youngsters. You could compare it to imaginal cells connecting all over the planet. On Peace Day last year, we connected youth from almost 100 cities. Ervin has stepped in very generously and kindly to become a mentor for the youngsters on their journey towards the next paradigm. And we look forward to Peace Day 2021, where we are aiming even higher to bring more youngsters on board, learning from the wisdom keepers from Ervin's generation. And Ervin, you are such a great source of inspiration to all of us, and will be it to the youngsters as well, because you are young at heart and will always remain young. So thank you so much for inspiring all of this.
I'm still a different generation from you, but you are sharing the wisdom in that generation. And that's, as the Germans would call, the Nachwuchs. There's no good English word for it. That's the replenishment, is the next generation that comes. And I know you are eternally young, and you're working with young people and bringing us this message, which is so clear and so powerful. So I very much appreciate it.
And cheers to you, Ervin, and happy birthday.
Yes, cheers.
And to Carita too.
And to Carita as well, with much love.
Yes. Okay, so if that's, I would suggest you can sit down, because now you're just going to watch a few minutes of video of friends that are not here, and some of them of us are here, and we're going to share some more words of praise for you as part of the closing, and as a present that you can watch also more often at home when it's rainy, whenever it is in Tuscany. But anyway, let's just enjoy. And thank you, Gisela, for bringing this together. There we go.
Happy birthday, Ervin. Today is a special day, and we want to celebrate it together with you. Because of that, we are many who are sent in videos to you, sharing moments that we have had with you and inspiration that we have gotten from you through the books you have written or through conversations that we have had together with you. I hope that you will enjoy listening to these videos, and I wish you again a very happy birthday.
Dear Ervin and Carita, what binds us is the love of all life forms and a deep sense of welcome to change. When I first met you in 2006, I was touched by your capacity to oversee the whole, make that understandable for me, and make me feel part of it. You invite me to pause, and in that moment of rest, see things differently, listen to my intuition and other ways of knowing. Experiment, practice, share, co-create. This knowing and feeling that our world is interconnected, interrelated, and multidimensional by nature, planetary consciousness rooted in love. I wholeheartedly thank you and Carita for sharing that love with me and our fellow travelers, all forms of co-creative expressions of life that one day come into supercoherence again and again and thrive. May it be so. Wishing you both well.
Dear Professor Ervin Laszlo, it is a great honor for me to wish you a happy birthday. You have made an outstanding contribution to the development of global studies, and you inspired many people around the world, including myself, to devote our lives to the study of global processes. You are not only a wonderful scientist, humanist and educator, but also the founder of the very authoritative Budapest Club. It is a privilege for me to be a chairman of its Russian branch, on whose behalf I wish you good health, prosperity, and new creative successes.
Hello, dearest Ervin. Congratulations on your 89th birthday. Our relationship started when we presented you with the Goy Peace Award in 2001, already 20 years ago. Since then, we have collaborated on various projects aiming at harmonious and sustainable world. Ervin, you are the best friend and strongest supporter for us. We really wish that you live longer, 10, 20, 30 years more, and give your truth to the world and give inspiration and encouragement to the humanity. We are looking forward to seeing you soon after the pandemic is over. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Dr. Laszlo. Another new chapter of your life begins today. A chapter of divine spark and love be poured on earth. You are inspiration of my life. Thank you for all that you are. Let's unite everyone on earth and make peace. I respect and love you very much. Happy birthday, Dr. Laszlo.
Dearest Ervin, On behalf of the Source of Synergy Foundation and its Evolutionary Leaders Circle, we would like to wish you a very happy birthday. Thank you for shining so much light into the cosmos. You have inspired us with your brilliance, your generosity, and your unconditionally loving commitment to supporting us and recognizing the oneness that we truly are. We are so grateful to you for supporting us to evolve our individual consciousness to pave the way towards the evolution of our collective and cosmic consciousness. Birthday blessings and deep gratitude to you, dearest Ervin, for gifting us all with your presence on this planet when we and it needs you the most. Happy birthday.
We all love to spend a birthday together with someone we love, and that is how I feel today. I congratulated Ervin in person, and now I add my loving thoughts also in this video. I had the privilege of working closely with you, Ervin, now for several decades. This has been and still is a pleasure and a privilege. May you live and flourish in this world for many, many more years, dear Ervin.
Dear wonderful Ervin, this is to wish you a fantastic birthday. And my goodness, when you look back over your 90 years, you've got something to celebrate. What a difference you've made on this planet. Congratulations. And I hope that you get messages of congratulations from all over the world. Sending you much love. Bye.
Dear Ervin, many blessings to you. This is Kingsley from Andalusia, Spain, sending you my deepest wishes for your birthday. And when I think about what you have achieved, it comes to my mind that you've always been relevant. Relevant for the world, relevant for those around you, and that is a great achievement. So there's only one word I can say now for all of this, and that is supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Have a great birthday, Ervin.
Dear Ervin, I'm sending you the warmest wishes for yet another birthday. I'm getting old enough myself to appreciate both the wisdom and sometimes the sweetness of old age. I hope you are as well. You've been a wonderful friend to me, and I thank you for it. You've really made many of my professional and intellectual activities possible by opening doors for me and introducing me to other people who share our interests and our goals. But I also want to thank you for being such a real human friend. One has few enough friends in this world who really feel like they're connected and caring, and you certainly are one of them. So thank you, Ervin, for being Ervin, and have a wonderful birthday.
Ervin Laszlo, you are a global treasure. You've been a leader in quantum consciousness and so much more. Conscious business, the Akashic field, philosophy, systems theory, and so much more. You've written more than 80 books, and if this is not enough, you've brought 2 sons into the world, Chris Laszlo and Andrew Laszlo, who are continuing and deepening your work. Well done, Ervin.
Dear Ervin, I want to thank you for all the inspiration that you are bringing, not only to me, but to many, many people. Your insights and your work have opened new doors and new paths, and it is with great gratitude that I am now trying to walk those paths to reach a new world. I wish you a super coherent and very, very happy birthday.
Dear Ervin, happy birthday. It was 17 years ago when I visited you in Montescudayo. Since then, I have been honored to plan and assist your lecture events and to coordinate your book publications in Japan. The World Shift is one of great initiatives by you, and Mr. Tanizaki has been leading the movement in Japan. Having met you is a precious treasure in my life, giving me a wide scope to better understand human beings and the universe. With my deepest respect. I thank you very much.
Kedves Ervin, boldog születésnapot kívánok, füled nőjön bokáig, legyen fantasztikus a születésnapod, és legfőképpen nagyon-nagyon jó egészséget kívánok neked. Dear Ervin, wishing you a really wonderful birthday. Thank you very much for your leadership in helping humankind to change in a more conscious way so that we can co-create a more peaceful and just world for us all. All the very best to you.
Hi, Ervin. Happy birthday from Australia. We all love you and wishing you a wonderful, precious, fabulous birthday. I have a poem for you. This is that we may grow and thrive out of tribulation and trials, that we may blossom from density to divinity, that we may all grow into positive creation and beauty and truth may arise, and all things may become as a new day, a new birthday, and perfection incarnate will grow as above and so below. Happy birthday, Ervin, from myself, Michael and Jaga in Australia, Club of Budapest, Australia.
Laszlo, my dear, happy birthday. Wishing you all the best. Much love to you.
Feliz cumpleaños, Ervin. How can I tell you in 30 seconds the impact that you have in my life? Caring, authenticity, depth, and love for humanity that I could experience from you since we met and the time that you and Carita spent with us here in Cyprus. We send you our love. This goes from me, from Laila, and from Michael, and wishing that we can meet again very soon.
Happy birthday, Ervin. All my love. Big hug from northern New Mexico. Have a fabulous day and a healthy, wonderful year. Keep up the fantastic work. Signing off, Michael Tobias, Santa Fe.
Happy birthday to you, dear Ervin. Thanks that you dedicated your life for the birth of a new civilization, for the birth of a new kind of mankind and humankind. And thanks a lot that I had the pleasure to cooperate for such a long time, more than 25 and 30 years. Thanks a lot for all what you have done and what you are doing still now. Thanks.
Dear Ervin, I send my love and very best wishes for a very happy birthday. And here's a limerick for you. There was a young wizard named Ervin whose musical gifts were amazing, transforming music of spheres into cosmic ideas. I send birthday thanks, so deserving.
Hello, Ervin. I would like to wish you a very happy birthday. In Hungarian, I would say, boldog születésnapot kívánok. For your birthday, I got you a little cake, and I thought maybe I can light a candle for you. You can make a wish and then blow out the candle. How does that sound? I hope it sounds good, so let's do it. I'm going to light the candle. Okay. Now, I'll make a wish and blow out the candle. Well, I can help you with that. Yay! Happy birthday, Ervin. Don't worry, I will figure out what to do with this.
Good morning, Ervin. I wish you a happy birthday and a very long life for still more nice plans to fulfill. I'm sitting here on the place. 5 years ago, you were here in the Veerhuis, the ferry house in Holland. We had a very nice week, so I'm still grateful for that nice meeting with you here in Holland. Hope you see soon again. But maybe I can visit you, because in the autumn, in September, I will do the St. Franciscus walk to Assisi. So that's not far from your place. So I'm not sure still, but maybe we will visit you. Thank you and have a nice day.
If abnormal is the new normal and humanity is the new homeless community and inner home is the new destination and inner space is the new space exploration, if awakening is the new fitness training and consciousness is the new in place and the Akashic is the new Akashic and love is the new game changer, then 89 is the new timeless and Livre is the new Ervin. That's your name spelled backwards. And Laszlo is the new Laszlo, and your birthday gives it all new meaning. Vivre le livre. Much birthday love to you, dear cosmic wonder, Ervin Laszlo.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ervin Sensei. Happy birthday to you. Congratulations. And let me express my hearty appreciation for God of Universe. Thank you for giving us the birth of Ervin Sensei, because he is, and yes, you are, Ervin Sensei, Dr. Ervin Laszlo. You are the brightest light and the power of love for us, for all the lives on this planet of Earth. Yes, your bright knowledge and warm love leads us world shift. We made this icon in Japan, and also we've been learning Cosmos here in Japan, and we've just started, and we have to make and direct the bright bridge toward 22nd century for all the younger kids, of course, their lives to be born. So please be healthy and healthier life for this coming new year, 1 year also as ever. Congratulations, our love. Congratulations. Omedetou gozaimasu from Japan.
Well, this is such a surprise, a tremendous surprise.
Yeah.
You know, I can't blush any more than I've already been blushing. But I just want to say that I think if birthdays are like this, I'm going to have them more often. The only thing I ask you, don't count them anymore. Just take one thing after another. But I want to thank everybody who's participated. It's been wonderful. It's been wonderful what you're saying and what you're radiating. Such friendship, such closeness. You know, I'm very much touched, very touched. And thank you, Anne-Marie, for organizing this dialogue.
It's a big joy to do that. And in the chat, more people have added some things. We will collect those as well. We've also received a few more videos. We'll collect those too, and we'll all give it to you also with the recording of today, so that you can have, you know, calm time and sit down and just enjoy. And I think it's a great idea to celebrate this more often. So maybe in the next when we come together again in September, we can see how we can be doing something, and then in December, and then in March. So we follow the laws of nature and come together with you and hear about the latest insights, but also share with you how we are deeply connecting to our deeper selves and showing up like that. And I think I did see that there were some people wanting to say something, but we do have to close. So we have to stop this. So I suggest you send a message and we'll get it to you, we'll send it to Ervin. So please continue to share with Ervin, but then we'll have to close for now. And Ervin, I really, the theme of today, we've come together and we have 8 themes, and the theme of today is joy in action, as you can see behind me. But the text that came through when we were working on this with the Seal of 8 to really work on the coherence of the energy for the World Unity Week, and that Jude Caravan put into words for us, is when inner joy bubbles into outer happiness, it is truly joy in action. That you have given me so much permission to do in everything that we collaborate together with, that I can lead myself through the joy in action to serve the mission of the Club of Budapest and the larger mission. And I'm very grateful for that, because it does sometimes just ask for a keynote listener that is holding my back to say, yes, go for that. And that's an invitation for all of us, I think, to be this deeper self. Dedication, as what you're saying. And I love the idea of bringing forth upshift. So we've all heard it. Upshift seems like a very good way of committing ourselves to this, and joy in action is one of the ways that will definitely upshift our one world here in World Unity Week, in the different convergence group rooms and in the days to come. Thank you so much for being here, all present. Lawrence, please put me back into to gallery view so that we can all say goodbye. We can unmute ourselves and give a little cheer to Ervin and Carita.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Happy birthday, Ervin.
Happy
Cuddy.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy
birthday. Lots of love.
Ciao.
Happy life to you.
Ciao, abbracci.
Wow. Abrazos.
Thank you, Lawrence, for support, and Gisela. Okay, see you all.